Eric Byler went out and to one of these protests, and this is some surprising stuff. So let's just listen to it.
I've not got any degree whatsoever. I'm just damn white trash hillbilly from the holler. You know, I don't need a damn degree for my words to mean something. I come from coal country. My grandfather was a coal miner. Actually, all my grandfathers and most of my great-grandfathers were coal miners. You know, my great-uncles, cousins of mine were all coal miners. Coal industry's been dying for a long time, you know, through mechanization of labor and, you know, through good things like, more affordable green energy. But another thing that's really been causing death of it is natural gas, you know, hydraulic fracturing.
There's another argument that's typically made, and it usually does pretty well with voters, and that is that the changes that you talked about, globalism and mechanization and that sort of thing, also coincided with our country becoming more diverse. And a lot of people blame immigrants and blame people who are, you know, different from us for causing the problems that we have.
Now, he's a Southerner, so I'm sure he's going to hate the outsider, right? He's going to hate the immigrant. That's what Trump rallies teach us, that people like that hate the outsider, hate immigrants, and blame all their problems, systemic problems, on the least amongst us. Do you think that's what's going to happen here, Steve? No, I saw this
probably,
already.
But let's see what happens.
Well, let's see what happens.
No damn immigrant stole a coal job. I'll tell you that right now. You know, and really, even if they did, would you really be blaming the immigrants or the people that hired them? The people that are, because the only reason they would hire an immigrant over an American citizen is if it benefits their wallets. You know, these people that, you know, they're not paying payroll tax on, these people that they're paying below minimum wage, things like that. Really, you know, can you really put the blame on the immigrants in the first place, you know?
Were you persuaded by Donald Trump's offer to rebuild, you know, put all the coal plants back in business?
Oh, hell no. I know a lot of people that voted for him just because of that. I mean, if you were to ask anybody in Dickinson County 3-4 years ago, what do you think Donald Trump? And they'd say, well, he's a brain jackass Yankee who probably should have had his ass whooped a long time ago, you know, to be blunt. But, you know, really, he has said so many times, we'll bring back every coal job, 100% of coal jobs. That's what he said. And these people are desperate to believe in something. You know, and there's this misconception, you know, especially with y'all in the liberal media, no offense to young Turks, you know, but, you know, liberal media that.
Offense taken.
You know, hold on. I just want to give this guy some significant props because he is not an educated man, okay? He didn't have the luxury of higher education. He didn't go to a fancy college. But listen to him. He's a thinking man. Mm-hmm. He's thinking through. He's not just having a knee-jerk reaction and just buying into the most, convenient narrative. He's exactly right. There aren't a whole bunch of immigrants coming over stealing coal jobs, okay? The immigrant is not the enemy of the working poor. And his point is, even if they did steal the jobs, why would you blame the immigrant, okay? And I mean, I love the way he is seeing through the layers, and he's getting to the heart of the matter. So, I mean, Nick Smith, you know, massive kudos to you. He's a thinking man. And he is, in many ways, he's far more intelligent than many in the elite left or the right, of course.
Well,
because, you know, a lot of times people are too happy to just say the most convenient things that they have been conditioned to say. Now, he has every reason to not say this. Because in his context, in his environment, it's a very different narrative. He's supposed to be, you know, all for Jesus and all against immigrants. He's supposed to be conservative and hateful towards certain groups. He's not. He understands the economic realities of the modern economy, and he's getting to the heart of the matter. So great job, Nick.
So what he doesn't have a degree, like he said. I don't have a degree. I don't have this. But what he does have is courage. And what's more important than intelligence is courage, right? You see some of the people, I'm sure they all came from Ivory schools.
Well, I think he's intelligent. I think he's very intelligent. And intelligence is very different from knowledge.
I'm talking about
education.
and education.
Yeah.
So he's intelligent and he has the courage to look at the situation for what it really is, unlike some of the smartest people in the world who set up a system that pits people like him against immigrants and poorer, more desperate people than him. So he sees through their bullshit. And so I always I've said this is one of my things that I'll always say is that if you ever find yourself being angry at someone lower on the economic ladder than you, pretty good chance you're being manipulated by someone higher on the economic ladder than you. And this guy understands that. Why would you be angry at the immigrant? Why wouldn't you be angry at the guy who hires the immigrant? And why is he hiring the immigrant? He's giving him because he's going to pay him less money than the guy wants to pay me.